It's Tuesday, April 5th. Coming up live on The View. They're the hot topics everyone's talking about. From Maxim taking the fall for Kirstie Alley on last night's Dancing with the Stars, to Paris Hilton's mom accusing Kim Kardashian of ripping off her daughter, and a woman who had a staggering 52 plastic surgeries. Plus, the ladies are lunching with Eva Longoria, who's serving up a Mexican fiesta of her family's favorites and giving you a sneak peek at what's happening next on Desperate Housewives. Then, the Real Housewives of New York City are telling you about the backstabbing, drama, and scandal on their brand new season. Plus, introducing you to the newest housewife on the block. All that, hot topics, and more, coming up live on The View.
Welcome to The View. We want to start by congratulating this year's NCAA tournament champs, the UConn Huskies. Did you want them to win? No. Some people wanted them to win. Clearly, some people felt that the other team, Butler, should have taken it. But we're very happy that it was a good game
for them. I love it when they win and you see their mothers in the background. They always have their moms in the background. Your mamas.
No, and they are a team that you cannot have an off day with. You know, Butler tried really hard, and their coach, Brad Stevens, is one of my favorite coaches out there. He's a young guy. He just has a real knack for getting to the players, but, you know, they just couldn't sink the shots when they needed to.
And the other coach is considered old. I think he's in his 50s.
I think he's the oldest coach to win the championship, which is phenomenal,
I think he's 54 or something.
Well, he's a coach. He's not playing. What's the difference?
No, but they still have young coaches.
Still a record.
I mean, wait a second. How old is the coach? Somebody's 68.
Wow.
So,
60. Oh, that's a, that's
but he's a coach.
That would, but still,
but they still like
people always say that young people don't listen to older people. Clearly, that's not the case because the Huskies won. Okay, and let us not forget, right, that. Go ahead, baby, say it.
Texas A&M and Notre Dame women's NCAA final is tonight.
That's
Just so you know, there are 3,000 tickets available. Fill those seats. Take your kids. Go support women's athletics. It is an unbelievable way to teach your kids the sport.
Charlie Sheen. Go to this.
Right.
Who was buying tickets to Charlie Sheen?
Well, happily, probably none of you bought tickets for Charlie Sheen because clearly last night Dancing with the Stars was a star. Contestants chose songs that told stories about the emotional parts of their lives, and there was some drama on the dance floor, too. Take a look.
You okay, Max? What happened?
My thigh just gave out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, what score did they get by
They got a 7.
They got a 7.
Even so, they got a 7.
And you know what's funny? Sugar Ray, that was nice of them, but the Sugar Ray Leonard got a 6 and 2 7s, and I think that was wrong because he danced better than they did.
No, but you know, I also Kirstie Alley got commended because her story was about adversity. She lost one of her parents when she first started acting, and she did that song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So it was about they fell, but she got back up. And she kept dancing, and she was still graceful.
So it was a metaphor for her life, that she fell and got back up.
Yeah, I think they did take that into consideration. And the fact that it was Max. You know, Max took responsibility, so I think they were judging her.
His knee's turning.
His knee is, you know, when he's going down like that, he's trying to bring her, back up.
And he was in a lot of pain.
And he was just off foot because I see the footing. And, you know, Kirstie's not a skinny little woman. You know, I'm sorry, she's not. She's graceful, but she's not a tiny woman. So, you know, unless you're on balance on your feet, which clearly he wasn't because you see him get ready to come back up as a dancer would, but he turns and his leg goes out. So
and it's just he's got to get to know Kirstie's body because you know, like the women that they normally get, like you said, it's a different body type. So he's got to get to know Kirstie's body.
Something very cynical.
What?
I could be wrong because I'm very often wrong. But you know, let me think, when was I wrong? Often. But you remember when Bristol Palin,
right.
and she wasn't that good a dancer, but she was, you know, everybody was talking so much, they kept her on for weeks and weeks. Is it possible that the score might be a teeny bit higher because people do want to see Kirstie, so they want to make sure she stays?
I disagree with you there. Kirstie Alley is she's a good dancer.
When you see,
because when she was on there the first week,
I mean,
she
I like
wowed
her, I
everybody.
wish her well, but you know, I'm sure they want to keep her on.
But she was great. And
Okay.
Lil Romeo.
It's kind of early to be so sad. I think in week 4 we should take a look at stuff. Because then we'll see who really can do it.
Okay.
You know, you got another clip.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Little Romeo got up and danced. He danced. His story was both of his cousins were killed, one in a car accident in front of him, and one of his cousins was beaten to death in front of him. And so he was dancing he was dancing for his cousin. And here's Lil Romeo.
You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there.
Oh, that's
I know that
This
you
is-
say, Joy. I know that you say that I have lesbian tendencies,
Yes, you
and
do.
I don't think so. But I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at her. That costume was
beautiful
lame.
Tell us who Lil Romeo is.
Little Romeo's Master P's son, right? I wore a Master P T-shirt when he competed. I was a huge fan. Remember, he wouldn't wear the shoes, and even Romeo, he
Yes.
didn't want to wear the shoes either.
Romeo didn't.
But
But
it was
this
a nice
it's
tribute.
Does
But
everyone
he was
have
also
a
star in his own right?
Yes.
Little
Yes,
Romeo
fantastic.
was a kid star, and this is a talented
Is there a theme
child.
on the show of tragic stories or
Well,
something?
their story.
It
They
was
wanted
their
a cause
personal.
to dance for.
They wanted a cause to dance for. It was their
Did he have a
triumph.
terrible childhood or a tragedy?
Everybody had a trauma, and then they danced. So
Well,
there
some
must
people
be a
had
theme.
victory. Ralph Macchio.
He loves his wife. We heard how much he loved his wife 10
And that
times
wasn't a
last night.
tragedy.
So
That
what
was
if you
it
get
was
up-
your
What if you
anniversary.
get up and say, you know what? I mean, it's very rare. You say, I had a terrific childhood. I have a great marriage. You're eliminated.
Yeah, that's right.
You do the Super.
Because nobody believes it. No, when somebody gets up and says, you know what, we didn't believe it when the guy from the King's Speech said, you know what, I love my wife. I have no plans on cheating on her. Everybody said, oh yeah, come on
Who said
now.
that?
Jeffrey
Rush?
No,
I know who you're talking about, but I can't.
Colin Firth.
Yes,
In the movie.
No, he said it in real life. He said he loved his wife, and his plans were to stay with her.
cynical.
Everybody said, yeah,
In
Pete.
defense of Ralph Macchio saying that a bunch, if you are, first of all, I love The Karate Kid, and The Outsiders, if you're dancing with another woman to the song that you had on your wedding night, on your anniversary, and that woman isn't your wife, you better tell your wife that you love her 24
That's a
times.
freaky thing. Well, let's talk about the royal wedding, because it's almost here, and every day there's a new story coming out of Buckingham Palace. You know, Kate Middleton is black, or, you know, everything. They have said everything.
They released that one.
One claims that Prince William, you didn't know that, did you, Barbara? Scooped you. Scooped you. Scooped Barbara Walters. But the newest little line coming out is that he will not wear a wedding ring.
But she will.
But she will.
Right.
Well, so let me say a couple of things.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, we have a royal special.
No.
She's only begun. Give her. This is the first time I've heard of it.
On April 18th, and then Diane Sawyer and I are co-anchoring the wedding coverage on April 29th. Okay,
No.
but that's not what I wanted to say. You cannot get anybody really who knows them to talk about them.
Right.
The palace has put this. No friends talk. You know, you can't do. But every day, very cleverly, they leak a little something. There's going to be 2 cakes. One's a fruit cake, one's a chocolate cake. I have to remember 2 cakes.
That's
2
some way
cakes,
to talk
good.
about
Which
the
one's his
wedding.
fruit cake? Yeah, I know. Is that Charles?
The little thing about the ring, the stuff. Now, the reality is that the Duke of Edinburgh didn't wear a ring. Prince Charles did not wear a wedding band when he married Diane, and now he wears a little one on his little finger, on his pinky.
He wears a pinky ring? I had no idea.
So it's not, in general, the royals. The only one who wears, I'm so full of stuff that nobody cares about. The only one who does wear a wedding band is, I think, Prince Edward. So each day there's a little.
How about the Queen? How about Philip? Do they wear?
No, Philip doesn't. The women do. And her ring
Philip
is made
has a
from...
reputation also, just saying.
I'm not discussing that.
But Barbara, can I
Philip
ask
is
you
90
something?
years old. It's a good
Viagra now,
marriage.
but-
But Barbara, This is the thing that I have to say.
Yes, what?
The princes, none of them need to wear rings. When I look at Prince William, I know good and well he's married. Now, my husband, my fiance, you don't know who he is. You don't know he's Sherry's man. So when he's walking in Walgreens,
you think nobody's going to know he's your man after all this time?
No,
this wedding isn't until August. We know this man better than we knew you.
Well, what I'm saying
no, but is it true that you have him wearing handcuffs?
Okay, and ladies, you know the first thing.
You know what I said?
Does he have me wearing?
No, is it true that you have him wearing handcuffs?
I do not. But what I'm saying is
every chastity belt.
Which is true.
He's true. Wow. Every single woman in this room, when we meet a man, the first thing we do is look at that ring finger.
Sherry,
when I
break it to you though,
when
that ring, and how often has that ring really stopped a bunch of women?
No,
sometimes it stops them.
Not saying it stops them.
Yes, he does. I have it cemented on his finger forever and a tattoo on there.
First of all, you can buy a ring anywhere. You can go into any store and buy a fake gold band. Men do that all the time.
Didn't they just have this movie where Jennifer Aniston faked her? I mean, so you don't know who you're talking to, really.
The other big question, should he have Kate sign a prenup?
Let's do that when we come back, though. That's a
Shall
good
we do
topic.
that?
Well, we could do that. But you know what? We'll figure out what we're doing when we do come back. Where we left off, supposedly palace insiders, we know what that really means, are strongly advising that Prince William get a prenup. Now, given the outcome of some of the other royal marriages, you know, maybe it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, the estimated worth of the royal family right now, I think, is in our money, $467 million. So that's a lot to protect.
Well, they have not really made a comment. However, information that I now have that I really don't need. The British court started recognizing prenups as binding 6 months ago due to the high-profile celebrity divorces. Madonna, who had to pay $70 million, Paul McCartney, who had to give more than $30 million to Heather Mills. So they began to recognize prenups. And Princess Grace, I didn't know this, had to sign one in the 1950s before marrying Prince Rainier. And if they got divorced, she would lose custody of the kids. Now, is that not important to know?
Charles gave away a lot of his assets to Diana with the prenup. But, you know, a lot of people say a prenup, you know, is you're asking for divorce. And I think it's like car insurance. Nobody drives their car and goes, I want to get into an accident. But if something happens, you have insurance.
No, but if here's this perfect, you know, marriage, and they're going to save the monarchy, and she's lovely, and they've known each other for 8 years, and blah, blah, blah. If he then asked for a prenup, I think it would be such...
You mean after they got married?
No, at any point. I don't think he can ask for a prenup.
I think everybody should have. I think everybody should have a prenup.
Really?
I don't think it should.
You can get very... Speaking as a person who did not have one the first time and got burned.
Queen of England.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? Let me say, you don't have to be the Queen of England.
She's not going to be the Queen of England
either. It's all relative. You do not have to be the Queen of England to lose a lot of your stuff.
Diana was going to be the Queen if Charles was ever going to be the prince.
I don't think that Kate and William are going to get divorced.
They may not. But you know what?
It's been nicknamed
It's
that.
not even so much that, but then everybody's on the same page. I'm not taking yours, you're not taking mine. We're up front, we know what we're doing. So we go forward. I think it's much better.
It's an improvement over Off With Your Head. Let her watch The Tudors, and she'll see how they used to deal with divorce in those days.
But a prenup is also, it's not about money. You know, a prenup also...
I'm sorry, prenup is about money.
I'm saying... I'm not saying it's not about money. I'm saying it's also, there's other issues. You know what? With the prenup, it will say, if you have children and you live in the home, if you have a prenup, you can say, if God forbid something happens to me, can the spouse stay in the home with the kids? Otherwise, the family can
about Prince William staying in the home.
Let me tell you about this. That's all well and good while everybody's alive. But, you know, wills and prenups, everybody finds the very fine print. I know this from experience. I thought my stuff was clear.
A prenup or your will?
No, I'm not dead, so, you know.
The prenup.
No, I'm still here. No, the prenup. And it was like... the lawyer said, well, you know, we're interpreting this to say, and I said, oh, hell no.
It's like the it's
You're
like
not interpreting nothing. You can interpret this right here.
That's the free
Oh, I tell you. So we're going to get a little serious for a second. You know, yesterday the news broke that the 9/11 terror suspects will not be tried in New York City. They will be tried in a military tribunal held at Guantanamo Bay. Okay, not a federal trial in downtown New York.
Sheikh Mohammed, who's responsible.
We've talked about this when this first came up, and I have to say I'm thrilled. I know you're happy. I know you're happy. I know y'all are happy.
I honestly think it's a travesty that for the past 2 years, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed has had the publicity for the possibility of a trial here in a civilian court. I think it's horrific. I hope that the administration actually is doing this for the right intention, that it's not about fairness right now in a civilian trial, which would give them a platform to advertise for al-Qaeda. And hopefully it's not just because they don't want a messy re-election campaign. I hope that.
It's political.
I hope that it's not totally political. I hope that it's based purely on our national security and to honor the families from 9/11
and
this
also part because New York said it's not going to happen.
Would you say that somebody
New York said we are not going to do it here.
Baby.
Other states said we're not going to do it.
And
even though Obama had said he wanted to close Guantanamo and didn't want him tried there, you know, things happen and you can change your mind, and I think everybody is relieved now that it's going to be in Guantanamo.
But to the point of honoring the families, I mean, I don't really know too much about this regarding what you said before, but to honoring the families, when somebody commits a heinous crime in this country, the families are in the court listening to that testimony.
That's a citizen of this country. Let's remember that.
I'm not
this is a mastermind of 9/11 who, and by no means, deserves a civilian trial. Not only for that in terms of legal system, but the pure fact that this man would have years of open civilian court to then hold as a stage for all of the world for al-Qaeda. It would be heinous.
And a possibility of appeal.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway. The details of what they did. Messy.
Well, it's going away. But before we go, can I just tell you girls, I read in the New York Post that Paris Hilton's mom, Kathy, was overheard saying her daughter is the original reality star and that Kim Kardashian copied everything that Paris has ever done. And so, like, when we come back, maybe we can, like, talk about this because I think it's so interesting.
Are you upset?
Yeah. She's so upset. We'll be right back. With more hot topics.
I'm fired up.
Like I said before we went to break, the New York Post reports that Paris Hilton's mom, Kathy, was overheard saying her daughter is the original reality star and that Kim Kardashian copied everything Paris has ever done. I don't know, like, if it's true, but if it is, like, it's so wrong.
But, you know, so wait a minute. Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton's mother saying, my daughter made a sex tape before yours. She's a proud mother. That is so heartwarming.
So Paris Hilton, so you're saying that Paris has the monopoly on being a rich kid who got to have sex on tape, and then she gets a reality show based on her crazy life. So she's cornered the market on that.
Isn't saying that sort of throwing in the towel for her daughter, though, saying that Kim Kardashian kind of won?
Well, Kim Kardashian, let's not forget that she has siblings, which makes it more interesting also. The three of them have issues, too. But but Paris's siblings are not in the show.
Can I tell you what I love about this show?
Yeah.
What?
That we go from the discussion of Guantanamo to who did the first sex tape and which mother is prouder. I'm so proud to be associated with this show because it's crazy.
Yes, but we get even deeper because there's a new app
Is there anything deeper?
No, there's more deep. A new app by Daily Burn called Meal Swap that lets Meal Snap, my bad. That lets dieters get a calorie count of their meal just by taking a picture of it.
Before you eat it, it tells you
I guess a few minutes later,
after you eat it, it's hard to get the shot.
This is not my day.
The app clearly sends an alert providing a range of calories for the meal. So the app goes to the app home and says, okay, who knows how many calories this is? And then they say, oh, this is 600,000 calories. And then the app runs back and says 600,000.
That's impressive.
So wait, you and you take a picture of your dinner.
Take a picture of your food.
Far
And it
away,
comes
so
up.
it seems
And it
small.
comes back.
You know what,
That's right.
can I just say that's not going to work on lasagna because nobody knows what's in there.
breakdown.
That only works on a banana, which is a typical easy food to calculate. If it's complicated food,
But with lasagna, it
it's
says
not an X-ray
It'll give
vision
you-
camera.
it'll give you an idea.
It doesn't know what
Joy.
mozzarella is in there. Is my point.
But Joy, what it says, what the app says is a range of calories. So with lasagna, it probably would take the general range, the average range of what a lasagna would
And
be.
what about
What
the
about
size
this?
of it?
Wait, what about this? It seems because there's an app apparently for everything.
Yeah.
A news anchor has some fun with his colleague with an app that's supposed to let you smell, even taste the food from the screen. Take a look. Take a look.
Press smell button and let the glass fill.
It's awesome. Check it out.
Hold phone.
You smell it?
Nope.
Do the licking part where you can taste it.
I am not licking an iPad.
Lick it. Come on.
Is that a joke?
Show what
That's not-
Show what it says.
I'm not talking to you.
You know, people could try that in bars and stuff and see what happens.
Yeah.
But you know, to help celebrate General Hospital's 48th anniversary, fans can see one of the show's most beloved characters like they've never seen before in a new book called The Secret Life of Damien Spinelli. Now, members of our audience are going home with a copy. Let me just tell you, it was a quiet afternoon at the offices of Spinelli and McCall. I was finishing up a second half of herring salad and potato chips. Hey, I'm telling you, this is deep. You're going to like it. We'll be right back with the fabulous Eva Longoria. And her food.
This. Eva Longoria is the sexy bombshell of Desperate Housewives. We know that, do we not?
Yes,
we do.
yes.
And her character, Gabrielle, is a notoriously bad cook. But Eva proves that art doesn't always imitate life with a new book called Eva's Kitchen. Eva. Am I saying Eva?
Yeah, Eva.
Yeah.
Eva. Okay, but look at all these things that she makes, and all of these recipes are in Eva's book. Please welcome back Eva Longoria.
Hey, Eva, how you doing, baby?
Listen,
Okay, we start early.
Okay, we're not doing apps on the calories, but I want to know because
Yeah, don't do that app thing on this.
You really cook all this. How do you stay so thin?
I do. Well, I don't eat it all at once. I eat everything in moderation and I exercise and all that. But a lot of it's not bad. The shrimp avocado is really great.
I want to tell people that you are the youngest of 4 girls.
Youngest of 4.
And no boys in the family.
That's beautiful.
Is that not what big? What?
I want to eat it.
Okay, you are blocking my shot.
Yeah, you're blocking mommy.
Your beauty is so much they can see you around my big behind.
I want to introduce mommy. This is Ella, right? This is
my mom.
This is the mom. Yeah. Did you teach her, Ella? Did you teach her how to cook?
Yes, I did.
Is she a good cook? That she can make all of this?
Yes, she can.
You must be a very proud mom with 4 girls.
Yes.
And this adorable one.
Yeah,
So
my mom was very good. She raised 4 girls, had a full-time job. My sister's special needs. She was a special education teacher, and she had dinner on the table every day at 6 o'clock.
And the family ate together.
Every day.
And Gabrielle can't boil water.
No, she can't. Now she kind of does a little bit, but it's funny because everybody, when I was kind of on my book, they were like, "You cook?" And I said, "Yes, I love to cook." And I think people confuse me a lot with Gabrielle.
That's what I think they do.
Barbara.
What's wrong?
wrong with me today?
The thing is, Barbara,
Here's the book.
This corn is slamming, honey. The corn is slamming.
Eva Longoria owns 2 restaurants.
Yeah.
Did you know that? No. She owns 2 restaurants.
I love the fact that some of these are actually gluten-free. Thank you.
Yes, you could eat this one if you wanted.
Gluten-free meal for the celiac. I love you, Eva. So wait, what are your favorite things to prepare for like a big event? This is like
You know, I like the ropa vieja. This is not a Mexican cookbook. It's kind of international. It has a lot of stuff. But the ropa vieja is really good. It's shredded beef, and you make it in a big crock pot. So
I love a crock pot meal.
Yes, and you throw it in there, and it takes, 6 hours, but you don't do anything for 6 hours.
This?
You want to
That red velvet
cake.
Look at that.
Can I bring it to you?
But the red velvet
You can't
cake.
do it. Let me bring it
Here,
to
we'll
you.
put it here. Yeah, that's
thing
especially.
just for
You
me.
remember my favorite movie is Steel Magnolias. Y'all remember the armadillo cake?
Yes.
And they're like, it's just bleeding all over that table.
Look at that.
And that's when I learned about red velvet cake, and I was like, I want to learn how to make it.
This is so good. Ooh.
What about the cake is like...
I'm getting married. I can't.
What about the red carpet meals you talk about in the book too? Can you tell us
well,
about
no, because
some of that?
I'm always cooking, and every time my hair and makeup team are doing my hair, I'm cooking something, and so I'll always go on a red carpet and smell like what I was cooking. One time, I think it was Ryan Seacrest asked me, he's like, "You smell like cumin," and I was like, "I was cooking."
Aren't you thrilled that he even knew what cumin was?
Yes.
As most people don't.
All the time.
Really? Okay, so of everything here, which is the one that you love the most of all of them?
My favorite of here,
that- yeah.
because my favorite thing in the book is my tortilla soup recipe. I don't know if you like tortilla
okay.
soup. It's so good.
No, Eva,
Yes.
I'm over here. And by the way, I have to say, because you said you have a sister with special needs, you were with the YAI organization, and you visited my son who's got special needs. Thank you. He said, Eva's so gorgeous, Mommy.
Jeffrey,
so
He
thank
was
you.
so sweet. He goes, hey. I go, yeah. And he goes, I love you. I said, well,
Thank you.
He knows a good woman when he's
This shrimp is it's so good. It's spicy.
I love it with the avocado too. That's really cool.
What's on the shrimp?
The shrimp is my dad's recipe, and he loves spice. So there's a bit of Tabasco in here. You can make it without, but
that's hot.
we lived in Corpus Christi. We grew up in Corpus, which is the Gulf of Mexico. So we used to fish and crab and shrimp,
ranch,
go
right?
shrimping. Yeah, we lived also in Corpus, which is we live in a ranch, and we go to the city.
So wait, now you telling me you get off Desperate Housewives after looking all gorgeous and every man in the world wants you, and you get in that kitchen and you cook like this? Really, girl?
Yes, daily.
But you get a lot of, there's a reward in it, right? Like
For me, it's therapeutic. I can't wait to get home and chop and cook and get in the kitchen. It's not work to me. It's very therapeutic.
Because you had a difficult year this year.
Yes.
And, everybody knows.
Yes.
And Tony Parker and you separated, and it was tough.
I have to say, you guys,
You're doing okay?
You guys here on The View were so amazingly supportive. I saw y'all talking about it.
We care about you. You're a special
and
lady.
you guys were great.
How you doing?
We talked about
Good.
it. Really?
Y'all did. Oh, you were good. You said some things.
We talked about when you got your hair cut.
Listen, I can't tell the front of the book from the back. This one remembers nothing. But you okay?
No, I'm afraid I'm going to get in trouble. What did I say?
I'm good. You know, the funny thing is, I'm on this cookbook press tour, so I've been doing a lot of press, and I'm not on the Let's Talk About Life After Tony tour. And so every time somebody asks me, how are you doing? And I go, I'm fine. The headline's, Eva announces she's fine. And I'm like, I didn't announce it. Somebody asked. I'm actually talking about my cookbook. So I was never in my life.
By the way,
but I would never in my life use my pain to sell something. And I think that's very personal.
But I have to tell you that I said to our producers, should I ask this question? I really don't want to. And they said Eva does not mind.
No. I don't mind at all. I don't mind
care
at
of
all.
it. We've taken care of it. Back to the food.
I want to ask you one other thing, not on food, but I'm desperate. Okay, so Gabby's had a rough go of it too, okay? She had a breakdown, found her daughter was switched at birth, maybe a past of molestation. Tell me things are going to get better for her on the show.
Not this season. It gets more dramatic. No, you know what? It was maybe back in season 3 that we did find out she had a hard childhood and was molested by her stepfather, and that character may be coming on towards.
Are you amazed that this has lasted so many years?
I am surprised. I'm surprised we're still the #1 scripted show on ABC.
This is wonderful. What am I drinking?
I think I'm drunk.
What is
There's
it?
no liquor in
There's no
there.
liquor in it.
It's mint lemonade. It's only mint and lemonade.
one for
Okay.
me? Yeah, this is
yeah, here.
There's one
Over there.
This is
Okay,
one, baby.
guys,
I have to tell you, the
we
corn
are
is
very
slamming, baby.
dysfunctional.
Slamming.
One of us can't remember. The other one thinks there's liquor
one
when there
can't stop
isn't.
eating.
This one can't stop eating. This one is adorable. And members of our audience are going home. This is a really good picture. For more information on these recipes, check out our website. We'll be right back with The Real Housewives of New York City. Who knows if they can cook? The Real Housewives.
They're back for a brand new season of scandals, secrets, squabbles, and high drama in high society. Please welcome the Real Housewives of New York City, Jill Zarin, Ramona Singer, Alex McCord, Kelly Killoren Benjamin, and Cindy Barshop. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Okay, so now I have to say that you guys were supposed to premiere in February, but it was pushed back to last minute. Now, it was a rumor that there was not enough drama going on in the show.
True. We're still filming. We're still filming. So how could they put our show on if we're still filming?
So there's room for drama still, because you're still...
You guys in a room together.
We need more than 2 weeks to put it together.
You talk Kelly
The
what drama
reviews
is.
have come in. I mean,
Okay.
they've been great.
So
and
that was
everyone's
all
very
a rumor.
excited. It was all a rumor.
Okay, so I'm going to start with you, Jill. Last season, it was, you guys remember, it was a lot of drama. You were crying all the time.
lot of crying.
You and Bethany.
Why were you crying so much?
I was very emotional last year. You know, Bobby was sick, and
Your husband.
my husband was sick,
Yes.
and I was just going through a really tough time. You know, in life, you have ups and downs, and last year was a down for me.
It was, you know, we have to say, and besides your husband, it was also Bethany Franco, who's been
Yes.
on the show before.
Yes.
And it was a lot of drama with Bethany. So you got through
drama.
it.
They were fighting.
Oh, well, that's drama. I mean, it was just, it was
You know,
a lot
you want to
going
know the
on.
truth? The truth is, I thought it was a wink-wink. We had a fight. I thought it was sort of drama for the show, and that we would make up. And I was in on my own. It was my own. It was in my own head.
This is how bad it got. Fans were going crazy. You got hate mail. I mean, it got really bad.
It did.
So why would you come back on the show for a new season and go through that again?
For the exact reason. There's no way. It was just the perfect storm for me last year, and it wasn't real. It wasn't really who I am, and my parents and my husband, specifically Bobby, wanted me to come back to show who I am. And this season, I went in with a whole different attitude,
So you're
more
saying
relaxed.
that things are faked? You're saying drama for the show?
Because that's what I
Her and Bethany. She and Bethany really were like two best friends who like this. I mean, it was like I couldn't even get them together in the same room. It was ridiculous.
So then
energy was horrendous. This year, I admit things get with her and I, but the thing is, with Bethany not being on the show, she got braver coming on. She's trying to redeem herself. It's up to you to see if she really does or not.
I'm not trying to, it's not about redeeming myself. I just want to be who I am, and I think this season you'll see who I am, good and bad.
Okay, so Kelly, I'm gonna come to you, Kelly. Like last season, it looked like you were a little unstable on the show. You came off a little. Sometimes you were a little crazy on the show. You guys went on like a vacation together, a cruise together, and you kind of fell apart. What happened?
I mean, I didn't fall apart. You know, it's hard to be portrayed as crazy, and it's hard to come back from that. But my two beautiful daughters were... Sorry, you guys, I didn't fall apart. I know that it's hard for everyone to understand.
Because you're saying you weren't crazy and they think you were.
Well, you know, and that's fine. I mean, I make great television, and Bethany and I create better television. So, I mean, that's what it is.
This is my question again. Is it about the TV or is it real?
I mean, she doesn't want to answer the question. She wants to put it behind her. We all know what happened, and it's over.
No, Ramona, I mean, thank you, Mom.
It's real.
I'm answering my own question.
Okay.
No, I mean,
was that moment in time?
you know, the reality of it is that I met Bethany while I was filming, and our relationship was, you know, based on filming only. And, you know, for everyone else, I mean, listen, Bravo casts really, really well, and we make awesome TV. We do. These women, Jill, when I met Jill, Jill and I were friends from the very beginning. And, you know, actually, when I met Ramona, you know, she was really sweet. She always asked about my kids. You know, Cindy, I adore. So there's, you know, some characters that get along well. It's a group dynamic.
Okay,
that's
so
what
then,
it is.
so then
Just
Ramona...
like you guys on your show. Do you guys always get along? Not
Yes.
just
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
This season, we do.
That's fair.
No, okay,
Seasons
so
you haven't.
Ramona and Jill, you guys knew each other before the show started.
Yes,
You
we
were
did.
friends now. You've had a love-hate relationship going on.
Up and down, absolutely.
Now, so this season, how is it?
Well, this season's different for me. Last year, I was more the peacemaker, trying to make peace with everyone, for everyone. This year, I get quite emotional. I have a little breakdown with her. I actually start crying hysterically. But the good news is we all end up with...
What's different?
Because this season, for me, my daughter is 16. She's going to go to college soon. And you know what? Even though I have all my businesses and a great marriage to my husband, my daughter is so important in my life. When she leaves, I mean, I'm already freaking. It's 2 years away. So I want to know.
Is she your only child?
Yeah, I love her so much.
Now,
The renewal didn't last long. That's
No,
my
I
opinion.
want to know who my real friends
did
are.
not
Who are my
last.
real friends?
okay.
Opinions are subjective. Sit down in that
Who
seat.
are my real
Alex.
friends? Okay.
We're going to find out who the real friends are. But no, Alex, I want you, because last season, you were the quiet one. You didn't say a lot. Now, this season, I looked at it, and you toughened up a lot. You were speaking your mind. You're coming out there. I want to know if this is going to continue, but I want to show a clip of how you are now this season. Let's take a look.
I'm totally confused now because you told me that you knew a week ago that I was coming to the wedding, before the wedding, but Ramona said you texted her this morning asking if I was coming. So which is true?
Why does it matter to you?
The only reason it matters is because it's contradictory. You know, you say one thing and then...
I said I heard you were coming. Wasn't specific.
No, you
and
said
that's why I asked it.
told you. You said that Jennifer told
Alex,
you.
well, so what?
Ooh. Is it the same? Is it going to be a lot of this arguing?
I tell you what, I've always thought these things, but it took me a little while on reality television, because I'd never done it before, to get that out. I realized that if I didn't tell people what I was thinking, they would have a completely 180 opinion of what I was
Do you think they would have asked you off the show
They'd
if
also
you had
throw you off the show.
if you didn't bring it up?
Actually, it's the network that controls the show, not us.
Well, Kelly,
any one of us.
in an interview...
You can ask questions like this.
Oh, yeah,
Why not? No, she's actually come to my defense. I was actually shocked when we were away. I think the best episodes, I don't know if they're making them 3 or 4, are Morocco. I'm telling you, you'll be on your seats.
Oh, I
She comes after to my protection. Like, you think I need protection? I did. I was feeling so, like, overwhelmed by the brunettes. She went for that.
And I went through a metamorphosis. I mean,
you did. But wait a minute. I need to get to the newest member of the group, which is Cindy. Cindy, you did in vitro. You have 2. Well, you know, because in vitro, it's a big deal. I did it. It's wonderful. You got 2 twin. Yes. You got 2 twin. You're single. You have twin girls. 2
twin girls.
2 twin girls. And you also have your own. You have 8. You have your own business. It's you do waxing, but you do like bling vajazzling, which is like you bedazzle your vajayjay.
On the twins?
Bedazzling. You bedazzle.
You don't bedazzle the twins.
Put in a little box for us here.
Could you put it in the box?
It's completely bare. It's hair removal spas. The vajazzle's out and the vajul is in.
The vajul is in.
Which I hear that we may be vajuling you, maybe?
Oh, for my wedding.
For your
yes, I would
wedding.
love
So
to
it's
get
a little bling
bejeweled.
down
That would be
there.
very cool.
No, we'll do a custom.
Okay.
Make sure you drink a lot of Pinot Grigio before you get on that table, because that stuff really hurts when the ice show.
yeah.
You don't want to do it.
Okay. It'll be a segment. We'll make it. But now, I want to ask you, you say that being on the show is like being on Survivor with this cast.
Well, you can see a little bit of it right now.
Yeah.
So usually in my relationships, the personal relationships are very laid back, very, la la la. Here, these girls, they have their own dynamic, very strong women. So I had to learn their rules, and I'm trying to learn their rules
You have to
quickly.
speak up.
All right.
No, don't
Did you
do
notice
what
it?
she did. You speak up.
So, ladies, we love you. We can't wait to see more of the stuff that's going on. The Real Housewives of New York City begins its 4th season Thursday night on Bravo. We'll be right back.
Yes.
You gotta love, there's no show like this on the air. Have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy the view.